Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Pagan, and in today's lesson we're going to be talking about solving linear systems by graphing using a calculator. Now we have already done solving linear systems by graphing by hand, but today we're going to utilize technology to kind of help us out and double check our work. Alright, so go ahead and take out your TI-84s at this time, and if you need to pause me and go get it from your backpack, it's very, very important that you do, okay? So pause me. Alright, well I hope you already paused me and got your TI-84. What I want you to do now is kind of look at the equation that they're giving us. So it says solve the system, and they give us y equals x plus 4 and y equals 2x plus 5. Well, one thing that we know is these are already in correct form of a line. So therefore we don't have to do anything other than to put it into the calculator. So first thing we do when we're trying to put it into the calculator is go to y equals. You do want to make sure that everything is clear. So if you look at your calculator, y equals is right here. And you want to make sure everything is clear like mine is. And then you're going to go ahead and input the equations. So I'm going to write input equations. Now we have two equations, so we're going to slowly put them in. Just remember where the x is. It's right underneath the mode button. Alright, we're going to go ahead and press x plus 4. And what's cool is when I touch my calculator, you kind of get to see this red blinking light. That's how you know where I'm going. And then I'm going to go to y2, which is my second one, and type 2x, which is right underneath mode, plus 5. And then I'm going to go ahead and graph them. Now, if your calculator looks funny like mine, then what you can do is, second, I just want to keep kind of tabs on what we're doing. We're going to press graph, okay? And then you can also go to zoom and press number 6 just to get a 10 by 10 grid. So I'm going to go to zoom and press 6. That way you can kind of see it in a 10 by 10 grid, and we can see where the intersection is right there, okay? Now, what we want to know is where do those two lines meet? And so to calculate the intersection, we're going to go to second trace, and you can see the word calculate right above trace, and we're going to calculate not the value, not 0, not minimum, not maximum, but the intersection point, which is number 5. So go ahead and press 5. So I'm going to write that down. We press second button, then we press trace, then we press the number 5, okay? Now the last part of this is going to be to press enter, the button enter, and we're going to do this once, twice, last time 3 times. So we're going to press enter 3 times. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 times? One more time. I don't know if I did it 3 times. Alright, so the final answer is intersection is at x is -1 and y is 3. Therefore, the final answer for our equation is -1, 3. That's where those two lines are going to meet. Awesome job. Alright. And you can visually see what the graph looks like. 2 lines touching at one point, one solution answer. Alright, let's look at example number 2. Example number 2 says, once again, solve the system, but this time they're not making our life easy because they don't have the y equals. They're not in y equals mx plus b form, so we have to get it into that form. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take the first one first and solve for y. So we have 5x plus 2y equals 6. I'm going to subtract 5x on both sides. 2y equals -5x plus 6, and divide by 2 on all pieces, on all terms. Y equals -5 over 2x plus 6 divided by 2 is 3. So here's our first equation that we simplified. And we're going to put that into the calculator. Please don't be afraid of the fraction. We can handle it. We definitely can handle it. Alright, I'm going to change my color. Let's see, blue. That's going to be my second equation, and I'm going to go ahead and put the second equation on the side. X minus 3y equals -5. And we're going to go ahead and solve this one for y as well. So we're going to start by subtracting x. Notice how nice and neat my work is. If I don't write it nice and neat, I lose negatives here and there, and that's not okay in math, okay? So make sure you don't lose anything. y equals 2 negatives create a positive, so that's 1/3 x. 2 negatives create a positive, so that's 5/3. Here's our second equation. I'm going to box that. Now, we're going to put those two equations into our calculator. So we're going to follow the same steps that we had above here. Let's go to y equals. I'm going to clear what I have because this is the old problem and go back to y1 and type in -5/2 x plus 3. Now, since -5/2 is a fraction, I'm going to use parentheses. Open parenthesis, -5 divided by 2, close, x plus 3. Now, make sure you're doing this with me because when I'm solving the problem, I'm getting the practice, which is awesome for me. Yay! But I really want you to get the practice. All right. So then the last one is open parentheses again. We got 1 divided by 3. Close it. X plus open parentheses 5/3. All right. So this is what it should look like. Kind of double check, make sure you have the same thing that I have, because one little negative sign that's wrong or one number that's wrong will result in a completely different answer. So let's graph it, and this is what mine looks like. Woohoo! Okay, I see the answer right there. It's somewhere there. Now we have to find the intersection. So I'm not going to do zoom 6 anymore because it's already at a zoom 6, but I'm going to go to second trace and number 5. So here it is, and then it says enter, enter, enter. So enter, 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 and here's our answer. Okay, so our answer is 0.47 comma 1.82. That's our final answer. That's the intersection location. All right. We have one more problem that we're going to do, and then we'll kind of meet up in class. Here is what it looks like. Look at example number 3. So once again, example number 3, it's kind of mean like example number 2. It's not solved for already. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more into that. Okay, and so what we want to do is we want to solve the system, and we're going to go ahead and solve for y first. So I'm going to take this is going to be my first one, so I'm going to move it to the side. I get 2x plus 8y equals -53. And I'm going to solve for y. So we're going to subtract 2x. 8y equals -2x minus 53 divided by 8. Ooh. Y equals, simplify 2 over 8 is -1/4 x. And this I don't know how to simplify, so I'm just going to leave it like that. The calculator will help me out. Alright, so here's our first one in y equals mx plus b form, so we can use our calculator, which is awesome. I'm going to change my color really quick, and here's our second one. So our second one, I'm going to do all the work in red. I'll do it right here. 3x plus 4y equals 26. We're going to subtract 3x on both sides. 4y equals -3x plus 26, and divide by 4 on all terms. So y equals -3/4 x plus 26 over 4, and here's our second one. Now, the fractions don't scare me because I just know that I have to use parentheses, which is not a big deal. So let's go back to our calculator. Go to y equals again, clear whatever you have, and go back to y1. Let's put the first equation in parentheses, 1/4, close the parentheses, x. Ooh, I made a mistake. Look how silly I am. I put a negative divided by, so that I have to go back and change that, or else the calculator is going to be so upset with me. -1 divided by 4, and then close the parentheses, x minus 50. Oh, no. I need parentheses. I forgot it's a fraction. 53 divided by 8. Close it up. All right, that looks good. Second equation is -3/4, so make sure you use parentheses. X is on the outside. Plus 26/4, so make sure you use parentheses again. All right, let's go ahead and graph it, see what that looks like. That looks so weird. Okay, so I see one line here right here, and I see another line here, and that's weird because it looks like they're gonna meet, but I don't see where they're meeting. Okay, so if this ever happens to you, what you got to do is kind of change your zoom. So we're gonna go to zoom, and it says, should I zoom boxes, zoom in, zoom out? I kind of want to zoom out so I can see what's going on. So I'm gonna press number 3 and press enter. And look, I'm zooming out, so it's kind of like looking at it from a different perspective. And look, I see the intersection point. It's right there, so I want to know where that is. Now that I can see it, the calculator can calculate it for me, which is amazing. So I'm going to go to second, trace, and I'm going to press number 5, intersection, and then I'm going to press enter 3 times. Enter, enter, open sesame, enter. Oh, I missed it. I got to do that again. If that ever happens to you, you just got to go back again. I was too excited about that one. The open sesame. Guess? Yes, please. Enter, and then here's the answer. So the answer is 26.25, comma, negative 13.1875. Since they end, I'll write the whole thing. That's our final answer. I just want to say you guys did an awesome job today. We are going to meet back up in class to kind of look at these 3 examples over here. And that way we know for sure how to use our calculator. Great job today on graphing lines on the calculator and finding those intersection points. Give yourselves a high five. Awesome. I'll see you in class.